I will now show you how you can enter customer payments in the cash receipt journal. Now first, let's open the cash receipt journal. So that's something that I can do by clicking on cash management, or you can of course also use the search function. So here we have the cash receipt journals. And as you can see, there are two journal batches. So there's the general one, and I also created a batch for the checking account, where the bank account is the balancing account, as you can see here. So, and that's the one that I will use in my example. So I will click on checking to open the cash receipt journal. So let's enter a first line. So I will start with the posting date. Next, I will enter the document type, which is payment, because I will process a customer payment. There is a document number and then the account type. I will of course select customer so that I can enter the customer number in the account number field. And I will start with a payment for customer Trey Research. Now, what's very important is that we apply payments. By applying payments, Business Central will close the customer ledger entries, and as a user, that's the way that I know whether an invoice is paid or unpaid. So again, very important, the application process. Now, there are two different options to apply invoices, and the first one is selecting the applies to document number field. So here, if you scroll to the right, so the last field on the line is applies to document number. And if you click on the lookup value, you will get all the open invoices for this customer. The only thing I need to do now is select a line. So suppose that the customer paid this invoice. Then I will click on OK. And you will see now that the invoice number is entered on the line and that also the amount is updated. So that's something very easy to do. However, the limitation of using this way to apply documents is that you can only apply one document per line. And suppose now that we have a customer that paid multiple invoices at the same time, then there's another way that we can use to apply documents. So let me enter a second line. So this is also a payment, also for customer 30,000 in this case, School of Fine Art. And now instead of selecting the applies to document number field on the line, so by clicking on process, I can then choose apply entries. And now the program will show me an overview of all the open documents for this customer. So now we can select multiple lines. So for example, by clicking here on select more, I can select a number of lines and suppose that these are the invoices that the customer paid. I can then click on process, set applies to ID, and the program now automatically assigns an applies to ID to each selected line. And notice that the applies to ID is the document number of the cash receipt journal line. At the same time, you can see the total here at the bottom that you can check with the incoming payments, and then we can click on OK. So, and that's the second way of making applications. So the first one, a very quick one, but with a limitation of one document per journal line. The second one, by going to the apply entries, multiple documents that we can apply at the same time.